Hello again, it's me, here to help you win the lottery again. Not made a video for a while, but I'm going to make one today because I've got time to do it, so here it is. Right, the last draw was 2154 and the next one 2155, and we're going to predict the numbers for the next one. So here's a chart showing the frequency versus the recency of each number since the numbers in the 50s were added in draw 2066. So this is the statistical analysis of all the numbers in terms of the frequency and what draws have appeared in since the new numbers were added. Now if we look at the draw history, we can see that they've been using machines Merlin and Lancelot most recently. They've also been using Arthur and Guinevere, and they've been using sets of balls 5 to 8 until recently when they started using sets 1 to 4. The odd one out being this one, set number 6, which they used in draw 2147. Now all this stuff over here basically measures whether each number is even or odd, converts that to binary, and then adds up the binary numbers to create a number. So this is like a code, like a bit like roulette numbers that I'm going to do something with later, but I haven't decided what yet. So anyway, this is the chart. So what you're looking for on this chart is anything anomalous. So for instance, let's see, here you can see a lot of low numbers in this region, or maybe a lot of high numbers, multiples of 5, multiples of 3, or whatever. See, if you see a lot of numbers of a similar type, like either in a line or bunched up together or whatever, then you know that there's a little bit too much order in the chaos, and it's supposed to be chaotic. So when you see a lot of order, you know it's not going to last, because it's going to always be chaotic. Now what I'm going to do is just look at the machines that they've been using lately, Merlin and Lancelot. So we'll get rid of the data for Guinevere and the data for Arthur, get rid of that. So this is the chart just for Merlin and Lancelot. See here where it says we have got numbers in Roman numerals. That just means that there's 4 numbers in that square, and the reason why I use Roman numerals instead of listing the numbers is because I can't fit them all in. It just wouldn't look right. So if you want to know what numbers are in that square, just type the coordinates in and get a list on here. So square number 2, frequency number 2, draw number 2, 1, 5, 10. So that's the 4 numbers that are in that square. I have this one, frequency number 4, most recent draw 2154. those are the numbers that are in that square, and of course all the ones that haven't been drawn yet, there they are. That's the 10 numbers that are in that one, and that's the data for Merlin and Lancelot for all sets of balls. Now, as soon as they've only been using the sets 1 to 4, let's get rid of all that data. Zoom in a bit more. And so the chart now is looking very small, very compact. And that's what happens when you only look at a small amount of data. So that's this one. I'll go through them all. That's that one. Next, this one. Okay, next that one. So there you go. There you have it. That's all the numbers for those two machines. If you just look at one machine, now it's getting ridiculous. See, it's just not spread out enough. So what you're better off doing is looking at all the data, and then you can see more patterns. So really, the chart you want to be looking at is this one. And if you want to pick the most frequent numbers, pick these at this end. If you want to pick the most overdue numbers, you can pick these ones. But generally, because you know it's going to be random and chaotic, you should just basically pick numbers where there are numbers as well. So suppose you want to pick one because it's overdue, maybe pick one from this little bunch here, maybe one of the more frequent ones, some from this region as well. I mean, the idea is to choose numbers based on what you think is most likely to happen in the next draw. Usually you see patterns repeating, like you see here we've got two numbers together here, two numbers there, two numbers there, and that the reason why we're getting squares with two numbers in around this region is because that's the most dense part of the chart. And what I find interesting to note is that we've got two numbers close together on a part of the chart that's not very dense. So I would predict that one of these two numbers just there is going to come out in the next draw. But which one I don't know. So that's there. This is my video for you to have a look at the chart. So I hope it helps you pick your winning numbers. So good luck. The end.